Took a long time, baby, you can call it patience. They can't pay me back for all that time that I was wasting. Thought that they was loyal, found out that they was hateful. She said that she loved me, found out she wasn't faithful. Feel like the end, but baby, this is the beginning. Yeah, we still ask forgiveness, even though we been sinning. Every day I wake up, feel like I'm testing my luck. I told my mama, pray for me, earth was weird as fuck.
Welcome to episode 32 of Earth Weird as Fuck, the Magic Johnson episode.
EWAF.
Yes, EWAF. See, you can't throw up signs in here if it ain't the Vulcan.
No, this
sign.
is gonna make you famous. You know why?
Why?
Because it's the devil sign.
Yeah.
Now you're legit because you got the devil worshiping behind you at
You
EWAF.
talking about? I thought it was something.
No,
like this.
that is too.
That's like stand by and roll out.
Yeah, you gotta go like this.
He's in the know. He's in the know with Satan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's what we're doing.
You see the blue eyes? Y'all see the blue eyes?
They look kind of cherry on the side.
Well, that's because I'm kind of high. Right now. That's because the edibles kicking in. You know.
Oh man, that's perfect. I'm
They
glad you got
the
it.
festivities without your boy.
You feel
know?
me? They didn't partake with you. That's fucked up.
No, he tried to offer me hooch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
he be carrying them.
I make my own shit in the garage.
Yeah.
Wait, you make that shit?
I make it. Dog.
Bathtub.
Yeah.
Like potatoes and
like prison style.
he is Irish, you know.
You know.
but welcome to the show. We got the Bodega Brothers in the building. Keynote, Krack, Travii the 7th, man. It's good to see y'all.
Yo, it's great to be here, man. And so much time has passed, man. Like, yo, bro, you were winding the clock back on time.
Yes, sir.
You
How so?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're wearing glasses to show that time has passed.
Yes.
But, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
yo,
I
you look
can't
younger.
see.
Like, you taking
You
care
look
of yourself.
Yeah, man.
That's called having a wife.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Shout to the woman to keep us alive.
Did she cut out the cholesterol and the sodiums?
No, we're both foodies. So yeah, we're both
like this guy.
We're both
All
gonna
right.
die pretty soon, but
But you don't look
it was
like
a
it.
wild
Yeah,
ride.
she's giving you that good wife loving.
Exactly.
So there
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
So
gonna be
I-
healthy looking in the casket.
We eat bad, but then we get the cardio in later
Yeah.
that night to kill all that shit. So you know what I'm saying?
For real.
So what's new with y'all boys, man? I saw you posting about a new album.
Mm-hmm.
So how far along are you guys with that? And when is the release date?
The album is done. There's a couple things. Well, it's not really done, but like it's done. There's like a song or two that needs to be finessed, and that's it.
Okay.
Krack knows more about the release dates.
I mean, yeah, like we're gonna pull the trigger in just like a very unique way. Like we're
Yeah.
really big on
For real.
like, you know, just trying to zag while everybody else is zigging, figuring out the best way to effectively do a rollout that'll stand out
I can dig
amongst all of the people who are doing.
It's a ton of shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a whole
that's our
different climate.
homegirl. I'm sorry.
That's your you good.
Is
you
this
good.
live?
Yes, it's live.
It's cool.
But
Well,
we can cut that in.
so see what had happened was,
Yeah, that's a male strippogram that we
yeah,
ordered.
we
That's all good.
got a shirt.
purposes.
Little does Los know that there's a male stripper coming in.
There is for our.
It's a male stripper?
It's a male one.
Yeah.
I thought it was 3 already sitting down.
Dirty cop.
No, we are here.
That's right. That's
You
right.
ain't- you- it's coming.
It's
Bodega
going
Brothers,
down.
aka the Ab Cab.
The ab
Ab
cab.
Cab. You know, for the
the
culture
bang
of the
train.
streets there. Yeah.
The bang train, the bang bus, the ab cab.
Next stop, you. But nah, the project is coming. The project is dope, man. Shout out to my
Yeah.
man Polly Rob, Baju,
Yeah.
local astronauts. And the crazy thing is, like, this thing came together on accident. You know how sometimes
Yeah.
like you be watching people on TikTok do things that just work out, like the
Exactly.
dude who wiggle his foot now his shoes tied. That's how this project came together.
Really?
Yeah.
Dead ass. Me and Keynote went to LA one day without Travii, and we like went to the studio and like knocked out like 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah.
Planet Asia happens to be there. And he's like, yo, I got something for that. Then Planet Asia jumps on a song. And then we like knocked out a couple other songs and then we went home.
Yeah.
And then like some time went by and then we like recorded more songs with Polly Rob and local astronauts. And then recorded a couple more. And then Travii started jumping on the records too. And then next thing you know, like me and Travii go to LA without Keynote. And Polly Rob is like, yo, guys, I got your next album. And he gives us this whole rundown of like how he visualizes the concept and everything, right?
Yeah.
And then starts playing these records in an order where like, yo, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
And we was like, all right, cool, because you know, we always gotta feel like we are a little bit more involved. So it's like, yo, but what if we did this? You know, just so we can say we was like involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if we added another song and you remix it and and he hooked it up.
That's dope,
And
dog.
here we are, man, and getting ready to like start releasing these little monsters like sometime around February.
Yeah,
Must be
the
nice.
rollout's gonna be different from anything that you've ever seen.
I can't get a little hint or nothing, though.
Yeah, well, you'll it's think story, but you can also hear these things as singles. But you're gonna have a lot of visuals to go along with it.
Nice. That's
And
always
it's gonna
good.
be theatrical as well.
It is. No, it really
It is
is.
theatrical and whimsical and just wonderful. Imagine dwarves on ecstasy running around Paris. It's like that's what we're offering the hip hop community.
Rap pestilence.
It's like Willow on acid.
I hate they redid that joint. But
Yeah,
look,
yeah, that's another story.
normally I have a lot of prep time like Bruce Wayne.
Right.
But then y'all just hit me on some, yo, I'm in town,
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I didn't have enough prep time. So I went back and I listened to LGA.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
snap.
How was that album received, in y'all opinion?
Poorly. No, it was received poorly because like a lot of people didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that like
Yeah.
people heard it was like, yo, this is terrible.
No, critically acclaimed was great.
Yeah,
The write-ups,
critically,
and
like
everything,
the
and
write-ups. Yeah.
Yeah, we got from the publications and stuff and everything, the blogs, all it was like love, even some radio love, right? But it was all but as far as like getting to the ears that we intended for it to do and where we prepped it, it didn't get to the ears that we needed to.
Who are you? What was the target audience on that joint?
Everybody.
And I'll give you my opinion after that.
Okay. I'll say this. I'll say we at that particular time we had a lack of proper. Should I say it? Like I don't know, man. Like
Say it, keep it real, Travii.
management.
Okay.
Like it got kind of put on the back burner. It was good. It was great. It was excellent. The project. I mean, oh my god! Like the production.
Yeah.
The time that went into making that album. But here's the positive thing about that album. It might not have got all the plays it should have gotten or spins, whatever you want to call it. But the people that we respected that heard it, loved it. Like legends, you know, like people that we really loved the album and were down to be a part of it. You know, like Greg and
Yeah, Greg Nice.
Greg Nice from Nice and Smooth, and like just the whole the vibe that Picnic Time brought to the album.
I know he did too. How many did he do on there?
He did all of them.
He did the whole album.
Were they what? I think
One song.
I think
Wait,
he,
there's
I think
one.
he, I think he didn't do two.
No, there was. Well,
He-
it
he-
depends on if you got the vinyl or the CD.
He didn't. Also on the digital version that you would probably get on wherever you're stealing your music from, iTunes, all that stuff. He didn't do The Moment and he didn't do Vices.
Okay.
But he did
Okay.
everything else. And my man Illustrate, who's a really dope producer out of Atlanta, he sequenced the album together
Yeah,
for us and
right.
put together
Okay.
like
That's
the
right.
skits and bonded it
Yeah.
together.
And that whole putting that album together was like a process, man. It was a journey and a process. Like we had a couple different management teams between those. I don't even remember. I honestly don't remember writing the album. I remember pieces of because I was going through like lost a sister and a whole bunch of other things had happened. And then different deaths and births happened during. It was just a lot, man.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was great. We're going through label. We're gonna put it out on a major getting offers. Okay, independent. Are we gonna go independent? Okay, let's go ahead and sign this deal. Okay, wait a minute, these guys backed out. It was just like a long process through it, creating the album, man, and it was just it was a whole.
Yeah, and it was during the transition where people were leaving labels and doing stuff on their own.
Yeah.
And then, but still, the cast that we really liked, and some, they were doing stuff on their own. So I don't know. It was just a weird time, man. Like
It was a
I
weird
think
process.
that album, if it would have came out 3 years before that or 3 years after that, it would have been like.
received the way
See,
we
I
intended.
don't know. That's where I disagree.
But that's where we did. Yeah, we do disagree on that. Though.
Like-
We actually talk about this question, which is crazy. You asked.
Nah, because for me, like everything that they were saying, like we had this manager who would just lie about weird things.
Yeah.
But be on point about other things.
Right.
Be fantastically on point.
Yeah.
You're like, why are you what? Like, why
Yeah.
are you lying about
Why'd you-
this? But this is straight. Like, it makes no sense.
And because of her background, was mysteriously afraid of making money. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, we get like people like here, literally like, all you got to do is pick up that check, and then just like come up with a million reasons why not.
We had a network that wanted to give us a reality TV show.
Are you fucking
No, like a real network.
Major network.
Like a major network, like the people that were behind other shows that were not
hits.
Real Housewives of Atlanta,
Yeah.
that were big hits,
Big
like
hits.
calling us direct, like, yo, where's the sizzle reel? Our manager has it. She said she's editing
like,
it.
you know,
She
I
sent it
moved to
you.
LA for 6 months to work on specifically to make sure that the sizzle reel and everything was being taken care of. Lived there, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm like, okay, we're done with it. We're done. I helped you put this. We're done. Turn it in. Not turning it in. Turn it in. And like, we got the paperwork. Did you sign the paperwork? Yes. Get a call from the production company. Where's the paperwork? What are you
my
doing?
God,
Like what?
turning down that kind of check, like it takes more than a firing. Like y'all should have crowded that cat.
It happened.
Yeah,
That
we
word
eventually had to, like, you know, and it wasn't even a strong firing as it was like a cut ties, fall back
Yeah,
into
because
Yeah,
she's
man, fuck.
like personably, she's
Amazing.
She's an amazing person.
Yeah, I like.
Okay, so it's a woman. Okay,
Yeah,
well, strike that.
It was
Don't
a
beat
couple
her up.
people. It was a couple people, and
Yeah,
she had her
but-
own company and everything, and very, you know, and had worked with people of note and in a very good position to do things, and had experience with major people. Like, we were supposed to be on different. Jimmy Kimmel at one point we were gonna get on.
Yeah, it was
and then
done. We thought so.
Yeah, other things, just a bunch of other stuff that was about to happen, and this is all going on while LGA is in the process of being created and or finished and or mixed down. You know.
Oh, sweat. Then we had this other show that me and Keynote shot a pilot for.
Oh, yeah.
That would, like, it was the Eric Andre show before the Eric Andre show was the Eric Andre show.
Yeah.
It was the Jesus and Meryl show before Jesus and Meryl were on
And
Vice.
God,
Raz
dog.
Kaz is with us on the pilot. Like,
As our musical guest, performing in a kitchen, ripping shit in a
Oh my
kitchen
goodness,
with
dog.
top tier sound.
yeah, it's for real. Like with the we had a whole man, the whole team that was producing.
There's some
it.
stories.
And then she told
dog?
she told the weird lies, like, yeah, I reached out to the people at Fox. They said you couldn't do it because of Dish Nation. I'm like, that's weird. And then I sat on that for like 8 months. And then one day I was like, wait a fucking minute. She lied about a bunch of other shit. Maybe she lied about this. So I reached out to one of the head people at Fox, like, hey man, did you ever see the sizzle reel that we sent for the blah 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 blah? Like, no, send it over. He's like, yeah, this isn't necessarily for us, but yo, you have my wishes to go
Yeah,
do
you
it.
can go do what you needed, and while at the same time you're also creating, there's other interest in that TV show and the TV because of that, the stuff that they were interested in beforehand. So it was like, and there was even situations where I know I was hosting and doing things, and there were people trying to pay me, and they'd be like, hey man, your manager isn't picking up the check, and it's here for you, and you can't get it because of the deal. So she has to get it. So I'm calling her, and she's like, I can't get a hold of them. I was like, let me put you on three-way with them. And then, you know, it was just a bunch of mess, man. So, yeah, but that's all happening along with you're dealing with life stuff, you're dealing with people being born. People,
Los, you hit a nerve, bro.
people
I
dying.
wasn't.
hit a
That
nerve.
wasn't the
'Cause
goal.
I don't even think we've ever really talked about
That
have
was
it.
not the goal.
You actually asked the question that we've never been asked. This is the first time this has ever been
But
put
yeah,
out
this
there.
is
Welcome to
Journalism
Earth Weird as
bomb.
fuck, dog. That's what
No, I'm just saying, because like, this is all going on during that album. You know what I'm saying? And with, even though it's produced great and everything, you know, it was so.
So all this was going on while y'all were making this
Making
album?
LG.
While we were
'Cause-
making the
yeah.
album, I mean, because like some of it was done
Some of it, yeah.
beforehand, right? Like I think the very first record for LGA was Rising, featuring Kiva Solarly.
I love that record.
Yo, I love that record too.
Yeah.
Ah man, I love that song with my whole heart. And it just hurt for us to not have the backing and the infrastructure that we
Yeah.
wanted when we released that project, because like at that time a lot of it was all on me to like, all right, are we gonna pay for PR? And paying for PR is tough because most PR people suck. And they
Man, I tell
and
you,
don't
man.
100% do what they say they're gonna do. Like, if I could put on a vigilante mask and like, you know, and God be like, all right, man, you can kill 5 people. Like, yeah, like some of the people not the manager, but
No,
but other people
Yeah.
that like were around during that LGA time, because it's like, yo, man,
Yeah,
like
they're dead.
we believed in you and what you said you was able to do, and
And just dumb stuff, like not even stuff that, like, you know, if something goes wrong or if a deal doesn't come through or something for a good reason or for a creative difference, that makes sense. But when it's just big money and dumb stuff and life-changing things that can happen that are mega positive for everybody and their families,
Including the manager.
right, including the
Facts.
and it's just dumb stuff. Even PR people, hey,
Yeah.
you realize that if we get bigger money, you get bigger money too.
And if you actually know what you're working and believe in it like you say you do, then you're gonna get some money too, and probably more clients, because that's how business works.
Yes.
Yo, it's just insane, man. You know what I'm saying? And then different publicists. Matter of fact, one of the publicists that was helping us with this album, it was just all up in arms about this artist they had getting signed to Busta Rhymes label. Ain't heard a peep.
Oh yeah.
We was like, coming. We out here doing more press than her artists, and we're doing all these things, and that's all she could talk about. And then
Did she feel like that artist was bigger than y'all or something?
No,
it was
she
just
probably
her
thought that.
artist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's
okay.
like,
So
but it's just my point being,
us even paying you for PR
paying
is
you.
kind of helping you promote your artist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you robbing Peter to pay Paul. And I understand that's how the business goes. However, we operate a space and place where we try to like live our lives fair and just and do right by people.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like we belong on that short list with Kenan Thompson where we should be allowed to kill 3 people.
we should. We really should. Honestly, we should. And me and Krack talk about this all the time about karma. Because I don't necessarily believe in karma. Because I know a lot of great people who went to the grave being great. And they went to the grave unjustly and hurt and in pain. And I've been a good guy. What the hell had X, Y, and Z have happened. And so but I believe that if anybody's due for some good karma in the group, I believe.
Look, cuz like I brought up LGA for a reason. I don't know. Perception rules the world, right? So. You guys have a perception of your group that you're super, super hip hop, right?
Right.
I listened to this. I lit me a blunt, you know what I'm saying, last night. I popped it on. I'm like, let me re-listen to this album. That fucking album is hard as hell. And you can play that in my hood, and you can play that in fucking block parties. Like, when I looked at the listing, I was like, there's too many fucking songs. Yeah. And every song was matter of fact, I don't want to say this out loud. The only song I didn't care for was the one with Greg Nice.
Oh,
okay.
That was the only one I didn't care for, and it was more so the beat versus what you guys were saying. But that motherfucker, like if it would have dropped, like it would have been pushed nationally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I even thought about recently in past years, like whittling down a couple songs and just repackaging it. And even with the Greg Nice Vices record, I just wanted us to have a couple features on there that would make us pop up. If you like such and such, you'll also like da-da-da.
Yes, sir.
On the thing, you know what I mean?
You.
And even like also too with like, like sometimes technology working against you. It, for some bizarre reason, didn't even mention that Jean Grey is on Meat Cleaver.
Yeah.
Which during that time, was kind of a big deal. Because, Jean Grey to this day is still one of my favorite rappers,
she's dope, man.
She's dope. Super hard.
Yeah. And I really wanted that to pop off, because, we paid for the feature, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We want to reap the benefits of said feature.
So who set the playlist? I didn't see her name on the feature at all.
I'm going to take that L. So I uploaded the project, but I wrote it down, we uploaded it through that time, and I'm cool with throwing these people under the bus through CD Baby. and they're really weird about their particulars on
because I remember there was a couple of things that were kind of weird. Like we had to try and I remember you can
and we were trying to course correct it by even releasing the clean version of LGA, which I'd put those dudes on Keynote, and it still never got done. And I'm sure it's in CD Baby limbo, but it was just that whole project was frustrating because it's if you knowing you got a DeLorean outside, but the steering wheel, someone stole it. You know what I'm saying? It looked nice.
It only goes straight.
Yeah, it crank up and purr. You like what's going on.
Bro, she killed that verse, man. It was
just,
she doesn't do anything bad. Everything is just so good.
Bavu told me one time, he said, Los, I think you're a good MC. At this point, you should have a bar that you should never fall under. Mm-hmm. You should always stay above that bar, and that brought to mind what you said about Jean Grey.
Yeah.
She's always, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I haven't heard nothing whack.
Exactly.
Never. Like,
exactly.
ever. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hate that for y'all, man. I didn't mean to pull a
No,
scab.
you didn't.
No,
You
It's
didn't.
not that we're like around on bitter, but we ask about these are the reasons because it's something we worked on and we cared about. I know,
Yeah, man.
And even though I may not recall a lot of the writing of the project, I know we really cared about it. You know what I mean? I know
Yeah,
we meant what we were
scabs
saying.
create leather.
Yeah.
The more you pull them, the more your tougher your skin gets. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want my skin to.
No, but it just turns into like, it don't turn red no more. See,
I get you.
that white ass skin ain't turning red.
But what I love though about LGA is like we were going through all.
Yeah,
Like everything we were rapping about, we were going through it on that project, and that's what I probably love the most about creating it. And like, hopefully, it's one of them situations where someone like stumbles across it later, like, damn, Balloon Mind State was probably De La Soul's best work. That kind of vibe. Like maybe you just it's an unearthed gem later on.
Because I heard, like when I was still rapping, I heard actually got a beat CD from Picnic, and I heard No Kind of Love, and I almost bought that beat, and I heard it on your album, like and it was
shout
so
out
hard.
Conrad,
and I like the
Conrad
3
likes.
perspectives on the bitch. Like yes, that
That's
whole
a
album
lot of
is
people's
dope.
like favorite joint, and like it is a song.
It's not my favorite.
it's
It's
a-
one of my favorites.
Word,
Right.
But there's so many songs in there, I forget about that song.
Me too. Always
And then
forget about
people
it.
bring it up, it's like, yo, you ever do No Kind of Love tonight? Or,
Yeah, just get a couple,
I didn't practice that
no,
one.
there's been a couple times where he's actually said that. He goes, you guys do No Kind of Love because they're asking for it. And I'm like,
That beat though, dun dun. Come on, man.
yeah, Pick did his thing.
Yes.
On that project.
Oh my gosh.
Overall, man.
My
Put his whole
favorite.
foot in it.
Yes. Picnic put me on the map with Swing Low, so you don't need
Yeah.
to praise
Yeah.
Picnic any over
Yeah.
here. So
Swing Low, by the way, one of my favorites.
hey, man,
All
I
time from the
appreciate
Dog Man.
Yeah.
Look,
Snap
my
it.
favorite joint, it kind of hit home because I was bullshitting, and it was the single, dog. Freshest
Facade.
Oh my God, that hit me so hard because I was like,
It was holding a mirror to the culture because,
Yes,
like
dog.
everybody was going through it. It's that whole fake it till you make it
Yes,
thing.
sir.
And man, like we was going through it, man.
Yeah, I was going through it for real. And like I said, I got Benz outside, but the AC's broke. That's real. I had a new Mercedes out there, but I was going through things and then my AC was broke. And I'm like, yo, how am I gonna ride? I'm out there riding with my shirt off, legit, because it was so hot in this nice Mercedes. People looking at me like, what's this? Is what I couldn't afford it. Got the Mercedes, can't afford to get the AC fixed though. But you know what I'm
my
saying?
God,
And,
my first summer in Dallas was without AC, so you saw the humidity in
Yeah.
the fucking.
I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
say
wish
what it
that.
was.
No, but huh?
Where you from originally?
I'm from Louisiana, Monroe.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Ricky Smiley's show was played in Monroe, so and
Understood.
my main demographic is
Word,
Monroe,
okay.
so
Okay.
thank you.
Nice.
Rock on.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I like Louisiana because they'll let you buy alcohol in a drive-through. It's like, yo,
Yes, sir.
They do that
Daiquiri
now.
shots.
They do that now here.
It's like we care about y'all.
They just
Just
recently.
Yeah.
Well, the daiquiri shop been here for a minute, but like Louisiana started that.
Yeah.
That whole vibe.
And
That came
then
from
you
Lou.
can get liquor in Louisiana at fucking 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can't do
Probably
that
when it's
here. It's
needed
ridiculous.
most, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the wind in the sail.
Yeah,
All right, so creative process. Y'all know I was in the group and shit,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
we used to bump heads a lot.
Okay.
Because somebody wanted to do this beat or somebody wanted to do
Right,
that
right,
hook.
right.
How do y'all work through your creative processes? Because it's 3 different minds.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I would, my opinion, I'm sure we're all gonna tell you. We're bumping heads right now, and I'm joking. But like, as far as my opinion goes, we've never really bumped heads because the way we work is, we get like a batch of beats, right?
Mhm.
If we don't like them, we don't get on them. So you'll hear Bodega songs without Trav on them. You'll hear Bodega songs without Krack. You'll hear Bodega songs without Key. They'll be on the same Bodega album, but one of us will be off of it.
Yeah.
So it just, we don't really, it's like who's ever feeling it is gonna rap on it. If nobody raps on it, then it goes to one of our solo projects.
Okay.
So like what we'll do is like I'll spit, like recently I just sent some beats from my homie V Kush. Shout out V Kush.
Little beat.
Shout out V Kush.
In the Sky. He sent us some beats and I rap first on them because I got them first. So like it's like who sent them? Send them to me and then I'll send them to Krack and Key. You know what I'm saying? So then I rap on the ones I like first. You know, they were all dope. I picked my favorites. rapped on them, sent them over to Krack and Key. They were like, yo, I'm gonna get on this one, but that other one you rapped on, that's you, dog. Like you keep that one, you killed it, you tell your story, that's all you. And they just fell back. So that one's gonna go to my album. You feel me?
I got you.
So there's never any headbutting as far as production from my point of view. Now there's shit that they get on or I get on where I'm like, yeah, I'm not, yeah. But then they do it like, for instance, on LGA. I'm gonna give you an example. The joint with Four Eyes.
That's a hard ass
They
track
killed
too.
that shit so hard.
Oh yeah, feel that way.
They feel that way. They killed it so hard.
We got a feature. That's a feature.
Yeah, they wanted me on it, and I was like, "Yo, I'm a fall back and let y'all have that because Four Eyes."
It's on TV now. It's on TV now. It's on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, they used it
Yeah.
on
No
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Now it's on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
That's dope.
So foresight, I go back and get on it so I can get that BMI money.
Nah,
from
nigga,
it,
you got left
but,
up bad and bougie. You got left up bad and bougie, my nigga. Like,
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like we don't bump heads. You know what I'm saying? It's like
nah,
they might have a different opinion.
It's very passive aggressively. Like, because if Trav don't like a song, he's just not gonna send you the verse.
Yeah.
Like I got mad emails. Like I can pull up right now. It's like, yo, Trav, where's your fucking verse?
One night recently, I was in Atlanta with him, and we were just sitting up in the studio, and we was finishing stuff and just recording, going over things, and just coming, doing things. And we're sitting, he's like, let's go through these emails. And so we're going through the emails, and it was all these beats. We were like, me and Krack, and then where's Trav's verse? No. Shit. Here come Trav. It was all these. Where's your Trav? Where's your verse, Trav? And it got. It's like, where's your verse, Trav? Where's your verse, Trav? Where's your verse?
Jesus.
Because if I don't like it, I'm not gonna get on it.
If I go in my Dropbox right now and write needs Trav's verse, like,
oh my god,
like a whole
this starting to sound like you lazy, Trav.
No. Don't take it like that because we got thousands.
We got mad
of
songs.
We got I just they're right. Like I have a hard time saying, yo, I don't like that one.
No, I'll be like, hey man, this is too like I like me. I mean, I'll get on some slower, more chill stuff, but I like stuff with like bounce to it, like a lot of drums. I got a new single coming out. M. Slago did, and his drums heavy. It's like all over the place. It's like you know what I'm saying. And where Trav might like some of this a little bit more chiller, a little bit more melodic.
Yeah, I like jazzy R&B type shit. Like that's me. Like
because I like jazzy stuff, but he'll like slower, kind of like with the drums. I'm a drum person, so if the drums like just. I'm like, it don't inspire, but if it's got some bounce, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, but then he might not be feeling it because it's too bouncy. Yeah. But we'll meet in the middle sometimes and be like, yo, cool, you know what? Let me get in the bed. Because there's some stuff he's even sent me where I'm like, nah, and then I come back and I'm like, no, I'm going to get on that. I was in a different mood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so sometimes we got to hear each other rap on it first.
That too, like Krack, a lot of times.
That brings out my competitive nature.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, like if Krack sends me, I won't hear, I'm like, I can't, what am I? I'm not sure what to do. And then Krack will send me a verse, or Trav will send me a verse. I'm like, oh, I know exactly what the fuck.
Yes, sir.
Because a lot of times maybe Krack will send me solo stuff. I'm like, yo, man, let me get on that. Let me, because I'll know exactly what he's saying. I'm like, yo, I know what you're saying. Let me say that. You know what I'm saying? So it's rarely bumping heads. If anything.
Really, like we had some knockdown dragouts. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about DDC?
Yeah, dog. Okay. Like we would all love a beat, but it's fucking what? 9-10 of us, you know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
You know, before we whittled it down.
But don't everybody got to be on every beat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way we look
but
at it.
But if everybody wants to be on a certain beat, then there's the friction.
See, and it would be even tougher now because like everybody's song is now starting to clock in at 2.5 minutes.
Yes, sir. So there's not 3 verses anymore.
Yo, I was listening to the Mount Westmore album, and I'm like, yo, these brothers didn't get the memo. Because there are 4 verses on just about every song that I've heard. And I'm like, okay.
Who's listening to 5-minute songs anymore, man?
Yeah, well, so with us, like, when there's a song that we all like that, we do it old school. Like, we do, like, 4-bar pass type of shit right off each other.
Even a couple bars.
And I had to wrestle him to get there. Because, like, he used to hate doing it.
I did.
He did it first.
Because, like, I think the first time we really did it was either on We Got It or Back to School.
No, it was way before that, bro. We did it on Bulletproof Raps, and we did it on the old school joint where we remixed all the old songs.
But We Got It precedes Bulletproof Raps. Like, because we was doing We Got It before.
You're right.
So like breaking it up, you know, it made it easier. Like just to say, like, all right, Keynote can't make this show, Travii can't make this show. If we had the verses broken up into like, all right, you do 8, and if such here, you just mix and match what would have happened in the second verse with the first verse, so the show can go on without too many hiccups.
Well, you know, like there's many times we've been on tour and like Krack might have to dip early, and we still got like 4 dates or something, and so me and Trav got to a point where we knew all his verses, ad-libs, everything, so it's just seamless. Same with me. Like there was times where I couldn't make it, or Trav couldn't make it, and Krack knew. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of flowed. And since it wasn't a whole nother 16-bar verse, it might be 4 bars or 8 bars. It flows seamlessly right into.
Might as well spit his bars.
Right.
And the funny thing is, like, what Keto says is probably the best way to do it, but I like to overcomplicate everything. It's like, no, I'm going to do augmented versions that have your ad-libs specifically moved over.
People thinking it's going to be one thing, like, no, see, what I did was I put science in. I'm like,
oh,
it would probably just be easier to rap his part. I don't know why,
that's how we did when we was on tour in Europe. And
if Krack don't show up, like, me and Key just do his verse.
Yeah, we like.
Don't make it sound like I'm an absentee dad. What do you
No.
see me as an example of the person?
Like we all don't. Like for instance, the last LA show, Key
I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it to the last LA
we
show.
had to do the last Chicago show. Key couldn't make it. Me and you did it. But before that, when we were in Europe, when we were touring Europe, you couldn't make those last 2 shows in Paris, and then
Paris
with
without
Art.
me,
Yeah,
There was a little
So
run
me
at
and
South
Key
by
had to do
Southwest where me and
and then at
Trav
South by
had to-
Southwest, you had to dip because you had to do your radio shit. So me and Key went and rep Bodega with and we did your shit.
But it's so dope when we know each other.
Yeah, because we all know each other's shit.
Yeah, and like with the
Yeah, it's
ad-libs
more
and
than a
ins and
group
outs
now.
and, like,
Yeah, it's just like whatever.
Like when I watched like Wu-Tang do that one day, and it wasn't like an official Wu-Tang show, but it was like maybe like Raekwon, and he was just filling in the gaps, like where Ghost would have been or something, or maybe it was Ghost filling in the gaps for Raekwon, where Ray, and it's like, oh, I guess that does work. You can do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Stop overcomplicating.
Yeah, no, I got a PhD in overcomplication.
No, but to his credit though, even doing like, because I've done different things with Krack as far as like entertainment wise. Like we've done some film stuff, we've done radio things, we've done music things. But when he says overcomplicate, it may seem overcomplicated, but he's just trying to add to it and make it doper. Exactly. And a lot of times, it will come out with this grandiose idea, but once we start to kind of chop it away a little bit, I was like, it makes it even better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying it's overcomplication. It's more of like, I see the vision, and you're like, yo, okay, I see it too. But let's, we'll get it here so everybody else can see it.
Sometimes all it needs is another set of eyes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So, I started rapping with DDC maybe in 2004. When did you guys weren't together?
Right.
When I started rapping
Right.
out here. So when did you come together, and how did you know you guys would mesh so well?
Okay, so it goes back to the rap wars of 1995 through 7.
Yeah, it's a long, but like Bodega, we got like real quick, like a quick version. We knew each other since back in the day in the 90s. We all had different crews, but out of those crews, we kind of like became friends with each other out of those crews. We had friends in those crews, vice versa, but friends. Fast forward, we all end up working at the same radio station together. Me and Krack have a show together along with our third homie, Super K. Trav's there working, doing one of the heads of promotion.
Okay.
We're experiencing the success. Trav and Krack are off doing shows together. Trav's doing Hype Man. Me and my man Super K are doing things. We're all looking at prospective deals. Things kind of fall apart with each other's groups. Nothing bad, but just kind of let's go separate ways. We decide Krack gets the opportunity around 2007 looking at going to Europe. And he knew it was coming up. We had been doing things together. I'm seeing this dude every day. Lives across the street from me. Travi's doing shows with them on the road. We already have songs together.
Yeah.
HeadKrack, being the cool motherfucker he is like, yo, I'm going to Europe. Instead of you guys just coming over with me and doing 1 or 2 songs, why don't we just do a project and perform that project there? And then it was like, yo, we should be a group. Go to Europe. We do our first tours in Europe together, like our first as a group as Bodega Brovas, which it was more like a crew situation. Picnic was with us.
Yeah, it wasn't really a group yet.
Yeah, it was more like, yo, this is where we work. We saw the response, and we saw cats being like, so when are y'all guys doing more stuff and signing? We're signing autographs. They're like, yo, what's up with you guys? And the little few singles we had made their way over there, and people had them, and they were responding to them. So we're like, yo, we should really do this. And that's kind of how we came together. In a quick synopsis.
Yeah, because Krack brought Picnic with us, came with us the first time a year.
Nero.
DJ Nero.
The first time.
Fisher
So
Price.
you guys have been there more than once?
Oh, yeah.
4 times, I think.
Four. Well, five if you consider Canada 5.
Yeah.
Four times.
I've been to Canada, so
It's like being in Canada is like being in America, like being in America you heard about. You know what I'm saying?
It's like bootleg America. You walk into the grocery store and you're like, this looks familiar. But
It's like astral travel dream version of America.
Fever Dream America.
God,
Fever Dream America.
Every now and then somebody walk up to you, start speaking French, and then you
You're
realize,
like,
okay, we're somewhere else.
Yeah, but we've been to Germany, England,
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico performing.
Yeah, Rocksteady Fest. Shout out to Crazy Legs.
Yeah, we've been a lot.
That's dope.
We've been
as
blessed
fuck.
to be, and we did American tour.
Couple.
Couple. So we've been blessed as far as the touring, especially for a while. We was really hitting it, but then that management situation stepped in.
Yeah, that screwed it all up.
Jerk.
And then
I didn't mean to call her a jerk.
it was
It was like a good waste of
that was like a respectful
time.
way to say it.
Yeah.
That's a non-cancelable word.
Because like when you, especially when
You can't get canceled over jerk.
especially when you call a woman a jerk, she'll be like, no, I'm not, and then you gotta like start addressing it and like start like wrestling with it,
Yeah, like you
and
can't.
explaining why you're not a jerk.
You know, you call her cunt, you're canceled.
Unless
you
you're
can
British.
say that on-
Unless you're British, you can say or Australian because they call everybody cunts.
Yeah, it's like our homie C4 and like Movement Fam over in Canada. They're from Australia.
He called me a cunt this week.
Yeah, and like we never knew. It took us a minute. We're on tour with this guy, and he's like, "You bloody cunts," and we're like,
Did he say why he was hanging up, or like was it like?
No, when he called me a cunt this week, he's like, "Oh, you fucking cunt, that is great." I sent him something.
but it's a compliment.
No, like
And they're the
I
greatest
guess when you
dudes
think
ever.
about it in totality, it's like, it is the greatest thing in the world, right? Like,
Yeah, it is.
I read the context clues when he said,
Yeah.
"You cunt." That was fucking great. So I kind of.
Yeah, but it was like, and he
He's like,
knew.
Trav, you didn't have to bring it all the way down.
Yeah, and it was Notion. And shout out to Notion.
Shout out to Notion.
And
He
it was
mixes
something-
a lot of our stuff.
And the way he phrased it, though, he was like, knowing that I knew that it was a positive thing. But
Yeah.
He knows. I know you don't say that. But,
Yeah, and them dudes are so talented, man.
Yeah.
Like the production, the mixing, the mastering, the rapping, the MC work, man. Shout out to the Movement fans.
Yeah, shout out to them Canadians and crazy Australian Canadians.
Yeah,
And those-
Australian Canadians.
Those Europeans who are just rude.
He just gotta show me your Bronx under there again. Huh?
Nah, man, like
That's
that's
jive.
how you sit when you like
When you rich?
when you pay taxes.
Yeah, y'all, all three of y'all cross y'all legs. So
I do. I'm like, hey,
I'm on dad duty. I gotta cross my legs. Shout out to my son.
I can't be rich. My internet just got cut off.
Yeah.
What?
People get a cut off every day, B.
Oh, yeah.
So y'all guys were in radio, man. Like how? I'm pretty sure y'all have heard this question before. How is it to be in radio, listening to motherfuckers you know you can rap better than and make better music than, and not get your shit spun on radio?
It's like working at the hot dog factory and seeing how the hot dogs are made.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
You don't want hot dogs anymore?
You don't want hot dogs anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about radio, when you understand how political certain things are and how just sometimes just the right connections will make certain things go through for people, it just costs a lot of money to make a record take off. You have those every now and then anomalies, like a little Nas X, where like he's so popping on TikTok
Yes,
that we're
sir.
like, yo, listen, you're gonna look crazy if you don't start playing this record, and then you get a record label like Atlantic behind them, doing the promotions with the radio stations to make the record go. Not everybody gets that same, push. Not everybody gets the Cardi B treatment. Not everybody gets the Little Baby treatment. Who the Little Baby was aided and abetted by Drake's stimulus package. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey.
he got on that record, wham, bitch on the baby. Then next thing you know, we out of there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for anybody else who doesn't have that type of kiss, it's either gonna be like, you beating the pavement and just really drumming up enough interest from the streets to make people really fanatic about playing your shit or supporting you at some level, even if it's just at the mix show level. You know what I mean? And not everybody's willing to put in that work. So it's tough. And then when you rap hip hop and there's no real place for a lot of hip hop on radio stations, it's kind of tough. Like you got J. Cole's who get through.
Yeah.
Right.
And they let Kendrick Lamar through when he rapping about, or at least in the beginning. He had to start rapping about alcohol.
Yeah.
In order for them to let him get the pass. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Like they didn't play It's Gonna Be Alright as much as they played Swimming Pools. And It's Gonna Be Alright should have been the national Negro anthem. You know, for real, right?
Hey, he's on the wall, dog.
Yeah. But like, just to give you an idea, like some program directors will get it and they'll be straight up, "Hey man, I like the stuff you guys like, but I have to play music for the crowd, that's the listeners that's listening, and the girl doing homework on her belly, on her tum-tum, is not going to want to hear knowledge being kicked at her or skills or complicated stuff necessarily, right? Yeah. That's how they view it, right? Mm-hmm. So where I even had a program director tell me once that I worked where I was working and doing radio, and he knew I rhymed, and he said, "Hey," and shout out to Big Tuck and DSR, people who know Big Tuck and DSR nationally and everything. Big shout out to them. That's the homie. But he told me one day, he was like, "So, man, you're really good with this rap thing." I'm like, "Thank you." He said, "So, but, you kind of like, you rap about knowledge and stuff, kind of like smart stuff like Talib Kweli, Like, not really. I don't sound nothing like him. Hey, big shout out to him, but not. But and I was like, "But what he's like, "But why don't you rap like, like a Big Tuck or something? Because, we played it." I'm like, "Because there's straight up." I was like, "Because there's already a Big Tuck."
Yeah, exactly.
And Big Tuck is very good at Big Tuck. You know what I'm saying? Tom Tom is very good at being Tom Tom. You know what I'm saying? And all these other cats, they're very good at what they. So why I come from an era where it's like, no, I'm not gonna sound like this dude. I'm gonna sound like me.
Exactly.
Or I might have influences where you hear things, of course, but it's about that originality, and it's not about that to these people, because a lot of people in charge of the radio station, they might say hip hop station or this where hip hop. They have no connection to the culture. They don't know They really don't know. What they know is what they see on TV and on the internet. They're not connected to the actual thing itself. They're more interested in what the thing can get you, not necessarily the thing. Where it's guys like
they're interested in the machine, not the art.
Exactly. Yeah. And to where we're like interested, like in the art. Is it good? Is that cool?
Yeah.
They could care.
It's like a chef. When you make a brisket, you want the people that are eating it to say, "Yo, that's a dope ass brisket."
Yeah,
and that's to be like. But a lot of them are followers. They don't have their own opinion on what they like.
That's heavy.
They don't.
They have to ask other people, "Is this good?" Like.
You talking about the people in position?
They have meetings.
Make the decisions.
I'm not gonna say his name, but it's one of the last stations I worked for.
Say his name, bro.
Because we cool. But like he's a general manager, and we were in the kitchen of the station talking. We were talking amongst the other jocks, right? Mm-hmm. And we were talking. Me and a couple of the fellas at the station, a couple of other jocks were talking about different stuff that was coming out that we were feeling. "Oh, did you hear such and such spit this bar, blah 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 blah." GM comes in, he's sitting there listening. He goes, "Well, I really don't know those guys, but when I was at the gym, man, the ladies at the gym were telling me that they're really straight up." And we go, and we cool like this talking. Even though he's a GM, I could talk to him like, "Dog, we don't care what the chick on the elliptical's listening to right now."
Exactly.
I get why you're a GM of a major station. I get that, but as far as fans of the actual art itself, man. I like stuff because I like it, not because this girl down here and she cute and she like it, or because this dude got a nice car and he like it. I like it because I like it.
Yeah. Exactly. Period.
And they don't. A lot of people in charge, not necessarily the DJs. I don't know about the jocks now, but a lot of jocks before, not so much. They had their own opinions. Now it's like I don't see it so much. It's more or less hey, is this popular? Do you guys like it? Okay. It's like, no, bro, you set the standard.
Yes,
you make that, yo, this is dope because I like it, we gonna play this, and y'all gonna like it.
Exactly. And if you play it as much as you play this bullshit, then people will pick up on it. It's very simple.
But they don't have faith in the listeners. A lot of people in charge, they believe everybody is dumb.
That's cap.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they don't have faith in them. I think they do have faith in them. That's why they're trying to trick them into what they should like.
Yes.
Because they want to, it's like a whole brain fuck.
There's a reason why it's called programming.
Yeah.
Like they will program it, because there are songs that I hated and that I eventually learned to hate not so much.
Exactly.
Because like they run it into the ground. However, also going back to what Key was saying, man, like a lot of these companies got smaller. Mm-hmm. And you have one person making decisions for like most of the country.
Right.
This person ain't in the clubs. This dude ain't a
They
head.
ain't even at the station that they programming. They ain't there. They ain't even, maybe even been to the city a couple of times, but they ain't been out in that city, much less been Much less being near the music scene.
You're saying the guys aren't even in the city?
No.
In some situations, because like with most things, they're like, hey, we're gonna have one person do everything for this much of the country because you can just look up research and just figure it out.
Yeah.
But there's some
what are
cities
the
where
downloads in the city that's looking like today? Because that's what we're getting. What are the hottest and the ages? What are the ages and the hottest ones that are being listened to right now online? It's like instead of doing that, why don't you just make your own president and make your own do your own thing? But a lot of them don't want to do it. And like it goes back to like what we were saying, they don't have their own opinions. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing about hip hop to me. It was to be rebellious and have your own opinions, have your own thing, and make it fresh, make it dope.
Hip hop was very punk rock.
Yeah.
Hip hop was punk rock.
I agree.
And instead now it's trying to get the cool kids at the table where we was knocking over the table and kicking the cool kids. And now it's like, and now we the cool kids, man, give me your chain. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, do they like us? Because if they don't like us, I don't want to be.
God, I want to be accepted.
I won't be accepted.
Please.
I don't know. And so that, and that's kind of where it's at. But we used to have a thing, we've talked about it before and other things, but we'd have these music meetings. And you sit down and said, there was a period in time where the jock had a lot more power. And we went through that period of time. And so we're sitting there listening to things. They'd be playing God awful, to where sometimes we would think it was a joke. We'd be laughing. Me and Krack would be laughing. Our man Super K going, and no one else was laughing. We're like, oh shit, they're for real with this. Wow. And we'd be like, yo, we hate that. They're gonna love it. Yeah, it would be a hit every time. That's how we knew we were getting a hit.
Oh, so the shit y'all didn't like ended up being hits?
I could tell you some trash that's gonna sell. Like,
I can tell you, I'll come. This is horrible. And how much you want to bet you bring in a club DJ who necessarily might not have his own opinion. I'm not gonna name names. A couple of them or whatever come in, and you see them. They're like, yeah, I played this at the club the other night. The strippers loved it. So guess what's getting in rotation? This other thing over here that may have have musicality to it, have a story, have a good hook, so on and so forth. And
then like also DJs are scared to mix into things that they don't know how to mix into.
My gosh.
Like I don't know if you're up on a group called Phony People.
No.
They're phenomenal. For PHNYPPL. They just dropped the album a couple weeks ago, and it's the opposite of everything.
Right.
But it's just too cool for the room for a lot of people. Like, I mean, I know they was getting some spins. Like, I think like Houston was supporting them heavy. But like, these are the type of artists that we need to support because they're doing something different, and it all should exist. I'm not saying that like
it can.
Thanos snap and everybody go away.
Everybody.
Yeah, you gotta have because you don't want to be necessarily be in the club and let's say you drinking and you hollering at a chick. You don't want to necessarily hear somebody in there kicking knowledge and science and wisdom and understanding to you. Or barring out. I get that. You want to have some stuff that reflects what you're doing. You having a good time. You want to hear stuff that reflects that. I get that. But if you're saying, no, this is hip hop and this is what it is. This is the real thing and this is just this crystallized thing. Then you're missing out on all this over here, which is actually the real shit. You know
and it sucks, dog, because hip hop is the voice of the culture, and when you're feeding it constant bullshit, it creates all of these different situations like the murder rate.
Yeah, it reflects
all this bullshit.
Well, see, and that's why with as far as online and social media, right? Like one of the only people that I can actually listen to talking about hip hop, no matter what the genre of hip hop it is, if it's trap shit, if it's mumble rap, if it's bars, if it's club shit, if it's stripper shit, I know I'm gonna get the real shit from you. And the reason I say that is because you listen to everything with an open ear.
I try to.
You do. No, you really do. Like you could give respect to the cats that really can rap, and you also know what the other dudes are doing, and are like, yo, that's dope too. Because you don't just look at it from a close. Me, I'm just a backpacking hater. You know what I'm saying? I admit it. I don't give a fuck. I listen to shit that I like. If I don't like it, I'm not listening to that shit. And if I don't like it, I'm gonna talk shit about it. But just because I talk shit about it, don't mean that you don't gotta like it. That don't mean you gotta hate my opinion.
Exactly.
But because my opinion is that shit sucks, don't mean that you gotta hate me or that Travii, he's just a fucking hater. Even though I'll say I'm a hater. That's because that's what they call me. You know what I'm saying?
You was hating on 2 Chainz that day.
Yeah, because I'm not a fan. Even though I get it and I see why people like him, but when I go in my car, I'm not putting on 2 Chainz. But you might. and you might, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
You have
like because he's
on
good.
the stove, man.
Two
you feel me?
2 Chainz is good. He's good.
What is pretty girls like trap music, man?
He's good,
No,
man.
and that's,
Keynote, remind me when we get the 2 Chainz feature to make sure he's not on the team.
I'm with you.
I won't be. I know, because I'm not hating on Chainz. I'm not hating on him. What I'm saying is, like, just because I don't roll to it, don't mean that it's not dope.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm not the
We all
say
have
all,
our own
end all,
thing we
be
like.
all.
But you have your
of
opinion.
What's
Yeah,
good?
Like Common said, he goes, just because I don't say that I don't like something, it's not that I hate it. I just don't like it.
Right. Like, I'm
Exactly.
just, like,
And
so,
that's
but,
it.
so if I don't like what everybody's liking with social media, if I say it online, all of a sudden I'm a hater. And it's like, no, I'm not saying the
I have
dude
an
ain't
opinion.
dope.
You have an opinion.
I'm just saying that's not what I'm playing.
We debate rap all the fucking time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly we agree, but
Yeah.
a lot of times we don't, and that's one of the examples of when we didn't agree. But I never said he wasn't dope. I just said, it's not what I like. You
Yeah.
know?
Still talking about 2 Chainz?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But like he don't like A$AP Rock. It's like I think he's dope. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
So, music is always going to be subjective.
Exactly.
And it speaks to everybody in a certain way.
but the goats are on his wall, and we all agree on that, except for that one.
We're not gonna do
I
that.
mean,
No Aubrey Graham.
It's balanced.
Is that wait? Hold on. I just picked up on something.
What's that?
You know
Don't you say it. I know
you
you're gonna
know
say
I just now
moved out
picked
here
up on it.
because of that guy's
Did
name.
you move to Aubrey, Texas, because of Aubrey Graham?
No, dog. No, a little bit.
You
A little
did,
bit.
didn't you?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
Drake has the key to the city to do Aubrey Graham.
And my house.
Is this like the 6? This is like,
He calls it, he's sitting here with his woes in the 6.
are we your woes right now?
When
The,
you leave, he's going to say take care.
Texas 6?
Knock it
No.
off, dog. But look, you mentioned features.
Right.
What y'all got any heavy hitters lined up on the new album?
So on the next project, we got Planet Asia, and I think that's really the only feature we got on the album.
We didn't want to
Really?
put features on the album.
So y'all just gonna kill it?
we just going.
I mean, we just going for it. Like
We could've,
There's
but
only
we
3
didn't.
people rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
And
shit.
well, actually, there is a couple features like on some hooks. Here
Oh,
and
sing
there.
I count those.
Yeah,
I
okay.
count those.
So
Okay,
shout
yeah.
to Kiva Soul Lily.
She's on LGA, right?
Yeah, heavy.
She's
heavy.
our, if you're familiar with native tongue, she's our Vinia Mojica.
Oh shit.
She's our version of that. She's the one you're gonna hear popping up on our stuff. Like,
And if
I
you're
got-
white, she's our Fergie.
that's right.
Not for the national anthem though.
And
right?
he's her black. He's her. Will I Am.
I don't even know what the fuck that means. but
Yes, it's all even weird and convoluted.
Well, I couldn't be Will I Am.
you could.
Why
You
not?
can be anything you want to be, Trav.
I
could
can
be
see you
reach
in
for
some
the
pink
stars.
velvet boots. or
I
some
actually
shit.
have some.
Or you could be Apple the App.
Could be. No, that's Keynote all day. Because Keynote can dance like Apple.
Alright, Taboo. You'd be Taboo.
Yeah, I'll be Taboo,
Okay.
just a weirdo.
So what?
Yeah.
Why hasn't there been a Dog Wonder?
There has been. You don't remember the song we
Here's
did?
I did a verse for you guys. I forgot where I
It
recorded.
came out.
No, it didn't.
Yeah,
No, it
did.
didn't. It did
No,
not.
It did not.
Trav be off on what came out.
Yo, strong, wrong, standing on the hill.
You don't
banging.
remember? You don't remember the song with Dog?
I'm just talking
Look,
about the album.
I was listening to the song
Look.
3 days ago.
What?
It
You gotta
didn't come out.
play.
You gotta send that to me, dog.
I said,
I was like,
right now, hold
damn,
on.
is my verse trash?
No, it
No,
wasn't. It wasn't
no, it
trash.
was incredible.
Nope, that's not the version. Hold on a
Okay.
second. It's coming. Yo, and because the crazy thing is I stumbled across it the other day, and because like our rhymes from that got used for something else.
Okay.
And I think it was just an issue with the production.
When it's something like that, it usually is something.
It was an issue with the production because like, yo, what kind of shit does it make me think of a word? Something, absurd. Yo,
you don't know
I have no idea what I said.
crazy.
Spitting your
I
verse.
knew. I don't remember it. I remember recording it.
Right,
I have
right,
no
right.
Yo,
idea what I
and you was
thought.
throwing all the down south, like the D-town slang in there,
Yeah.
and it was kind of cool because like yo, you was walking people like kind of giving. It was almost like
Oh,
down
wow.
south version of Ebonics to a degree, like
Oh,
Big L's
wow.
record. Yo, Dog Wonder was snapping on that
Yeah.
thing right there, and I'm gonna find it. Hold
I've
on.
done tracks. I've done at least 3 tracks with Krack. I did one with Mess and Krack. You were on the DDC album.
Okay.
And it's another one I don't remember. I haven't.
Hold
done
on,
a
what
tr-
was the song with Mess and Krack?
It's probably just like corporate swine, like on one of those projects, right?
No, it was just a single mess head, and I came to your house to shoot a video for that shit.
I'm leaving. I think no, I'm leaving. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I know exactly.
Wonderful. It was wonderful. That's the name of it.
Yup.
And Mess was like, "This is a last second thing. I don't know if you could do it, but could you give me 16 on this?" And I was like, "What's the name of it?" He said, "Wonderful." I was like, "What? Hell yeah, I can do a verse."
Hold on.
And that was before I heard the beat, and that shit came out pretty good.
I cannot wait to play you this joint.
That's horrible.
Second.
You gotta email me that.
Can you
joint.
plug music into your pod?
In post?
I can in post production. Yeah,
You're gonna need to plug this in.
I'll put it at the end of it.
There you go.
Yeah, you gotta play just your verse, cause
Because y'all already tossed my.
He's trying.
Woo!
See how he did that?
November
I could've swore we
2009.
Jesus.
damn.
Yeah,
I
man.
was still an idiot then.
J. Rose did the beat.
J. Rose on the beat, yeah.
I do remember. I forgot about this joint.
Context clues.
Yo, I was saying to bro, like, yo, and the crazy thing is, like, that beat was just too ahead of its time. I don't know why we didn't use it then, but when I heard it the other day, it's like, yo.
Yeah.
I would totally, like,
I remember
and I didn't use my rhyme for nothing else. Your rhyme became the rhyme from LGA for, it's all about the paper, man. Paper, man. Talk about the pen, yo.
Really?
Your rhyme became that rhyme. Keynote was saying something else. I don't think you use the same
No,
rhyme.
because I remember some of the rhymes. I remember now when off the joint we did, the keeping chakras of dead rockers in my locker, something.
Oh,
that's a different record. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
That's a different record.
yeah.
But yo, man, we get so many gems, man. Like,
So when you come out of retirement, come back.
I'm done, man.
Man,
I'm out to the pasture.
I thought you were writing again.
I did once, and I recorded it, and it took like 3 weeks to write 24 bars.
Well, it's because you've been out for
you
so long.
have to have something bad happen to you.
And we're the ones to make it happen.
Don't you gonna stab me
Your
inside?
life's been too well.
No,
I know, right?
That was my
You need
thing.
some gout or something.
Bro, during 2020, like during the pandemic, when I was doing nothing, I had nothing to rap about. Like, it was the worst because, like, I had to go out there and experience the sins of the world to have something to talk about.
He said, "Hey man, I gotta go box."
Yeah.
Speaking of, we gotta talk about that shit, dog. Like, how did you get into that fucking boxing match? And then when I saw your opponent, I'm like, oh my god, I hope he don't kill HeadKrack.
That's what most people thought, and I knew that's what most people were thinking. However, like,
you whooped his ass.
Thank you.
You whooped his ass, dog.
you.
I bought the fight, and I
Thank
sat
you, my
there
brother.
and watched that hoe. And I
Appreciate
cut
you,
it off
my G.
after yours, and it was a flash. I think he fell, but it wasn't a
yeah,
punch.
we tripped over each other.
Yeah, it wasn't a
Like,
punch.
yeah,
And after that, you whooped his ass the whole
Yeah,
fight.
like
I'm serious.
Yo, I mean, my thing
He
was,
took him for granted. I think Kimbo took
don't
Krack for
ever
granted.
want to look stupid in front of people, especially on national television. You know what I'm saying? Because I can see that HeadKrack got his head cracked. Like, I was not going to give anybody the satisfaction to use any opposable thumb.
I wouldn't have
text
laughed
or
at
tweet
that.
that
I wouldn't
shit.
have laughed at that. It's too easy.
Yeah, and you know, but yo, man, I just didn't want to look crazy, man. I got my kids in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I spent 6 months in the gym fighting bad motherfuckers.
Yes, sir.
Just so I could fight a bad motherfucker. You know what I mean? So, and the crazy thing, that wasn't even who I was supposed to fight first. I was ready to fight like a reality TV guy, somebody else in radio. Like,
Did they back out close to the fight?
yes and no. So first round, I'm like, all right, who would not mind punching in the face? Yo, Academics, what's good? You know what I'm saying? And like, Academics never responded because I don't know him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was also one of the caveats. I don't want to fight anybody whose number I have on my phone.
I got you.
Hey, Tigger does radio. He looks like he takes care of himself. Yo, Tig, what's up? nah, man. Like he literally ran into me at a basketball game. He was like, nah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and then I reached out to somebody else about Young Jock. Like, yo, man, I smoke way too much weed to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, all right, man. Well, thank you for keeping it a buck, man. And
straight up.
And I wouldn't have wanted to fight any of those people. Well, I'd fight academics tomorrow. But the thing about Tigger is like, he was like my favorite Rap City host. That wasn't Joe Claire, right? Yeah. And then with Jock, like Jock cool and shit. So like I had no issues with him. So then it was gonna be Cisco from Love and Hip Hop. and Cisco, I saw him fight prior. And I'm like,
I saw him fight not 2-3 months ago actually.
It might have been.
They said they were calling him a champion or something. Like he's been fighting.
You might have watched the replay because he hasn't fought again. But if this will be the third time he fights, if he fights again soon.
Cisco, you talking about the guy that's in Love and Hip Hop New York?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know you.
So like he fought Peter Guns and like he was in pretty good shape. So I'm like, all right, cool. If I'm fighting this guy. He's much bigger than me, so I got to get my life together. And so I started training and sparring with all these like big guys. And you know, like you don't know what you have in your tank until you get punched in your face over 30. You know what I mean? Because like it's different.
I bet it is.
You know, when like up to this point, like, you know, the hardest shit you had to do, I stuck my toe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know it's crazy once you get hit though. It's like okay,
I can do this.
Oh
it's like oh shit, okay. That nervousness kind of that nervousness kind of comes off, and you're able to get a little bit more comfortable. Unless they just ringing your bell. I need to get, you know.
It became very sadistic. Like the more I would get hit in sparring, the more I fucking enjoyed it. And the more like I would punch back harder. But like I was fighting, like I wasn't boxing. Like my first few times in there sparring, I was fighting.
You just throw up your set like.
But fighting is the best way to like get your ass kicked boxing.
Oh yeah.
Because you're throwing punches off of emotion. Like I'm trying to throw through this nigga and I'm connecting. But he's more skilled than me. He's moving out the way sometimes. Exactly. Bam, where that shit come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, who else in here? You know what I'm saying? So
it's real, man.
So after, you know, my trainer like, yo, man, what the fuck you doing? What the fuck was that? It's like, yo, man, like nobody hits me like that. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like type shit. Then you learn, all right, cool. Control yourself. Don't overcommit to your punches. The human body can only go this direction, that direction, or whatever. Stop overcommitting, stop overextending. And then between point A and point B, Cisco dropped out.
Oh, can I talk about why? Can I say it? You can't.
Nah, that's my homie.
Okay.
Oh,
so Cisco dropped out of the fight. And then
he said, no, it's
he's not mine. Yo.
I mean, I think word was getting back, like how shit was going at the gym. Like I was getting busy. Like I came to.
But there was other things too. The other cats was hyping up. That's funny. Like.
There's gas in it.
Yeah, there's gas in it. Like, yeah, like cats even got to me to where I'm like, what? Like, cause they were like, yo, her cat, he was just beating crack people up back in New York, man. HeadKrack used to bully and used to be just beating people's heads in, and it's like, I didn't let it, in, but I'm like, yo, Cracks. Nah, man. I went to school with Krack. You know what I'm saying? He's a good dude, man. Now, if you fuck with him, I'm not saying, but like, he's not hurting anybody. But you, like, yeah, man. Like, yeah, he's
You was doing it like that, dog.
I mean, like, I would fight as much as anybody else would fight. Like, I wasn't like walking down the street mushing people like Redman.
But they were like, no, but her HeadKrack was like, yeah.
Oh, that's how you got his name.
Yeah, I don't even want to say he was hyping it up.
Dice.
But yeah, whoever was hyping it, I'm gonna say his name, but was like hyping it up. It was funny publicly. He's like, no, man, Krack used to do all this stuff, and it was like,
oh yeah, nah, that's old Jack Thriller fault. Like,
yeah, Jack
Thriller. Jack Thriller was hyping because I was talking to Jack Thriller before I even signed on because Jack was in a boxing match before,
right? Yeah.
And the way he tells the story about what happened, like in his fight, is some of the grandest storytelling ever. Because he will openly admit he got his ass whooped, but the way he described the story is amazing. So,
honesty.
Yeah, no, but Jack super sauced it. So when Cisco dropped out, I'm like, man, what the fuck we gonna do now? I'm like, Puff at the end of like Victory. What the fuck we gonna do now, huh?
Yeah.
It's all fucked up now. I don't have an opponent. So So then I'm just like trying to scan the scenario, like, damn, who else is out there? Damn, what about, like, I'm drawing blanks. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about a
So
rapper rep?
they just let you pick the opponent?
No, they let me. I would have never picked that opponent. So there was like one dude who was like a vitamin supplement king. I was like,
hell no.
He'll probably be roided out, but fuck it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got 3 months of training under my belt so far, and
You
then
look good too.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. And then there was another person who called himself the uppercut king, and it's like, oh, he big, but he's slow. I'll take him. But then it's like, what about Kimbo Slice Jr? I'm like, wait a fucking minute. It's a fighter. Like, I just watched him fight. Like, I've watched them fight in March. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I went to they had an event, the event that I was supposed to do initially when I was going to fight, the first opponent. I went in March anyway just to see how it feels to be there.
I get it.
And Kimbo Slice Jr. was on the undercard. He fought some dude who was like pretty solid, and he was just outclassing him, just just getting him, like, because the other guy wasn't a boxer, he was fighting.
Okay.
So Kimbo was just rocking him. I'm like, well, okay, if I was to fight either, and as I'm watching everybody, I'm thinking if I was to fight anybody in that ring, like, all right, what would my strategy, my game plan be to win? I'm studying, but I was never ever thinking it would be Kimbo. And so then once I realized it was Kimbo, I just started watching mad tapes of, like, not only of his boxing shit, but of his MMA shit. He keeps his hands low, Okay. All right, I'm gonna put together a game plan. I think I know what to do. And so when it officially became him, at first I was like, nah, man. But then also I'm like fucking like Marty McFly dad, like
George.
Yeah, like, well, not even George. Like, yo, you ain't gonna call me a chicken. Let me fucking do it. Like, cause like I looked at it like, yo, if I went in there and ended up like counting all the ceiling lights, I fought a fighter. You know what I'm saying? But if I like go in there and don't get my ass kicked, damn, Krack fought a fighter.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So
and stood up at the end.
Yeah, and I just want to see if I could do it. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it all boiled down to. I wanted to see if I had it in me. And also to hear that pop of the crowd when you coming through the little tunnel and your song playing and shit. I wanted to experience all that because it's much easier to do now than 10 years from now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like Wolverine, but like in the last movie and shit when he died.
Yeah, the old
like Logan.
Logan. That's one of my favorite superheroes.
Like that, man.
But dog, I watched it. The only thing that I didn't want to happen was to you to be looking up at the lights, and you slipped at first, and I was like, and then dog, like, you really got on Kimbo ass, bro.
Well, like he just watching it, man. Like I'm saying, he kept his. I was yelling at the team because I was so hyped because I was watching his structure. Krack kept his structure. He kept his footwork, even to where Kimbo Slice Jr. had to like switch it up. And he started doing like we watched him start doing like a Muay Thai kind of stance, and that's when Krack said, "Shh," rolled up that middle. He's like, "Yo, I see you open like this." He's doing all this. We watch Krack even when he almost slipped. It's because Krack is maintaining his footwork. Kimbo was kind of all over the place, which I was kind of confused by.
Yeah.
Man.
He has a bunch of different stances in which he fights in,
and
which makes it a little tricky. Because like when he was fighting the other guy, he was hitting him with this they call it a bolo jab, where it come from not from here but from here
down low.
So he like whips it up. So what you don't want to do is like expect it to come from here, and then he catch you from down there, like straight through the middle. So I was just trying to be cognizant of all that. So a lot of parrying, a lot of feinting.
But he kept his footwork and he stayed knifed with them, which is sideways. Where if you watch Kimbo, he kind of got square with him, and that's when Krack, like took that advantage. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, like when they called it a draw, I was like.
Well, that's that.
I know it has to be political, but I was like, Krack, like, man, look at this. You know anything about fighting at all? I've been in that gym. You're like, this dude. Like,
that wasn't the score on my cards.
Well, I mean, a lot of people felt the way y'all feel, and thank y'all so much. And also, thank you for the people who was like, yo, we believe in you, even though you knew in the back of your mind, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I get it, and the crazy thing, like, you talk about these hating motherfuckers I work for. Like, so I went to a PD meeting one time, right? I went to a PD meeting, like, this is the thing where they fly all the program directors and shit in from, like, all the different parts of the country and shit, and they, like, and I talked about the fight before it happened, and, like, somebody's like, yo, how many of y'all think Krack's gonna win? And then, like, some people applauded, some people didn't, and I don't forget shit. And, you know what I'm saying? So, and at the end of the day, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like, I've been the underdog my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the thing is, like, yo, like, show and prove.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to
Straight
be
up.
the person that everyone knows he's gonna pull it off. Like no, like you want to have that Rocky shit going on.
No,
know
it
what
gives
I
you
mean?
It helps.
inspiration, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be ready to rock.
motivation.
Yeah.
Because like if you get too complacent, then next thing you know, you get beat by a guy on Dish Nation. You know, like you gotta, you
Do you think he underestimated you?
probably,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
probably. Like I think everybody always underestimates me. Like I'm not a sane person playing crazy. I'm a crazy person acting sane.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Using
So-
that for myself.
Yeah, like word. So like, I love when I get to like fucking be like, oh, I don't have to play normal.
Because especially like the people we be around, even it goes back to hip hop and entertainment. It's crazy. It's those same people like he's talking about that probably didn't cheer for him or say, you know, when they ask who if they think Krack's gonna win or whatever or how he's gonna do. It's those same dudes. It's like because they look for obvious things. They have no foresight, no looking past what's right here. So they see a dude who's when I say nice, I don't mean nice like in a weak way. I mean nice like a good guy who has a good presence, who'll come and talk to you, shake your hand, talk to you in person. For whatever reason, they see that as not being tough, as not being able to fight for whatever reason.
Exactly.
Or not be able to be a good artist, or not be. He's too nice. He's too happy. So seriously, they see that.
You do
and
come across happy.
Yeah, and that's the thing with weakness. It's like, nah, man, they comfortable. Instead of seeing that you're comfortable with it, they're gonna see it as weakness, and that goes back to, you know, hip hop and the whole thing. So they're not gonna see, you know, what Krack can get out there and whoop somebody's ass, because it's like, but Krack makes me laugh, and he's on the radio. What the fuck does that have to do? What does that have to do with the athleticism or fighting? Nothing.
Exactly.
Or rhyming, or like, oh, he's on the radio, so he probably can't rhyme for real. Because he's got a good job? Like, what the
Yeah,
hell
that's
does that
It's
have to
weird
do?
how people
It's
put
ridiculous.
those things together, and like the thing is, like, yeah, like I usually try to create a happy environment because who wants the
As you should.
who wants the room to go dark when you walk in it? You know what I mean?
I don't. Maybe
But
Kimbo.
Some people see that as being a power thing. They're like, oh,
It is.
that power, that person has power. Like, nah, they just miserable.
Yeah, and the same people say shit. I haven't seen you walk into a room and beat up anyone in it. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all want me to do? Like risk my whole livelihood and snap and like, well, come shoot up the fucking place? Because I wanted to do that. I
Right.
talk myself out of shit all the fucking time. Do you realize how many niggas in DFWHiphop I almost fucking killed?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking in a rap battle either. Like I've had it figured out. Like no one will ever think it was me.
Right there.
like, yo.
That's real though, man.
But then you think about the long game. Like, I don't want to risk my fucking freedom over somebody who ain't happy or somebody
Exactly.
who maybe is having a bad patch of
Yeah,
their life
yeah.
to where like maybe I'll see you later on down the road and maybe you'll be in a
You're
different
different.
headspace and we cool.
Yeah.
You know, so that's where we at. How you doing, yo?
Hello.
Hey, Lachey. So you mentioned solo projects. I haven't heard, like, when are we getting those? Have you done a solo?
Yeah, I did. I've done a couple of things, man, but it was weird. Like I was up for a Latin Grammy at one time. I did like stuff with this Cuban orchestra. Been on tour with them.
Are you fucking kidding me?
yeah,
Like, I
bro.
need names and shit. Like,
But it's weird. It's like, I mean, just being real. It's weird with us, man. It's so weird. Like we've toured all over the world. We've done all these things. We've had all these accomplishments. All of us have been on TV, had TV shows and different things at different times, all these things. But we're not going to get the write-ups in Dallas. You're not going to hear about it. We're not going to get the covers of your Observers and all these other things. We're just not. It's not happening. It's just saying. And it's weird. Like, look, even when it comes to radio, let's say you're number one for however long you're supposed to be. Number 7th or number 2 guy's going to get the cover, whatever. Not a HeadKrack or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know what it is.
It's like some people play the game better.
Yeah,
than
and
it, like it's about connections
It is.
and being in people's
It's
faces.
about like that, but to a certain point. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna hear these things. Like you're not gonna hear all the stuff that Travii has done. You're not gonna hear all the stuff that Krack. You're gonna hear more because Krack's more visible. You're gonna hear those things, but not at all the stuff that this dude has done. And you're not gonna hear all the stuff. It's just it is what it is. But I've had some solo stuff. I got this joint win that's kind of was circulating a few years ago. The Mavericks were using it. They were coming out to it in Dallas.
I think I've heard that.
Yeah, and the Cowboys were using it because of God Bless the Dead, but Wiz T introduced Styles, getting a lot of radio play out west. About to drop another single coming up this next month on some just rah, some straight b-boy hip-hop shit. And then hopefully a whole project right after that, type joints. Krack's helping me put it together.
Okay.
We're curating it.
You got a name in mind?
Type joints is what we're calling it right now because it's It's an inside joke, but yeah, tight joints. But and then the first single's gonna be "Sweep the Leg, Johnny." And that's the one M. Slago did, man. Shout out to him, man. He gave me a banger, man.
I love
and my man Lyrics on the hook. My man Lyrics from Dot
yeah.
Matrix.
That's what's up, dog.
So
Yeah, like Keynote's solo joint is gonna really surprise a lot of people because like the crazy thing is we was going through the same night we was talking. We go through his emails like, yo, where's Trav's verse? Like we were going through all these songs that he has. Like, yo, Keynote, what the fuck?
yeah, I forgot. Like I have like completed songs with like all this. I'm like, oh yeah, I got a whole project done. Probably need to put that out. You know what I'm saying? Like with notable producers who've given me some bangers, man. Shout out to like Mr. Lee and some other cats that you're notable. They're just like, yo, here, I believe in you. And I'm like, okay. And then I didn't put it out, so I'm about to put all that stuff out.
I love that.
And then my solo stuff was, I've had solo stuff in the past. Inside the rapper studio.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't count.
It doesn't.
If it's not on fucking anywhere,
it doesn't.
Right
yeah,
so,
I can't pull it up.
So I am working on it now.
And that was a good album. It was a good
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
I was listening to it the other
Yeah,
day.
it is a good. Even the sketches and skits in between, it's all good, man. But.
Yeah, and the single Monkey Shit is out. That's on my shit.
I've heard that. I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's my new single but it's got everybody on it, so it doesn't really sound like a single, but it is the first single off my album.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to hear an album without those guys on it. You know what I'm saying? That's like me doing a solo project and you don't hear Classic.
Yeah,
exactly.
How is Classic?
He's fucking amazing. He's running like a discount tire.
Okay.
And I think he moved to Baton Rouge actually. I think he has 2 stores now. Classic getting to the cheese, dog.
As you should.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Big Class, man. He pulled me in and
Yeah.
took me under his wing and taught me how to structure raps and all that good shit.
Yo, it's always dope to have that day one that like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, put you under the game.
Man, he used to come to my apartment back in like the 90s.
Oh, you talking about Edge then, huh?
Yeah, man, Edge. Man, and who was the other
yeah.
cat he rapped with back then?
Oh shit, that's when he was rapping with
Oh man,
what's the name of that group?
Dang.
Massive and Aziz, them guys?
Yeah, they were with them, but it was before that.
It was before. Oh, I don't know them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Script?
Script go
Is
hard.
Script was down with him.
Yo,
but-
shout out to Script, man. Dude, man, that's been my dude. That's a day one.
Yeah.
dude.
Script been a problem.
Yeah.
Long
Payday
time.
put him on his top 5. I'd never, you know what I'm saying? I heard his, I haven't heard a lot of it, but
Did you ever get to hear any of the Edge stuff?
yeah.
Oh man, even after that, I mean, you know everything after that, but
Yeah,
like.
Class like that.
Yeah, man, he's always been one of the best, and then of course Darkness, aka Abyss, aka Chocolate, aka Alexander K.
I hate he don't make beats anymore.
That's my man.
I'd probably start rapping again if he give me a beat CD.
See there?
Payday.
Hell no.
What?
Darkness, dog.
Payday can sell you the house that the beat got.
Yeah, let's say your dope ass house. Like,
Hey man, Darkness. Let me tell you something, man. That dude is that's like one of the most multi-talented dudes I've ever met in my life.
He has his finger in some of everything.
And not only, but he doesn't just touch it; he like perfects it, and then he gets bored with it and moves on.
That's the thing about
It blows
me.
my mind. I'm like, bro, you just touched that and you created like the greatness of like the earth, and then I'm bored. I'm gonna do this now.
It be like that.
Yeah,
though.
Yo,
I think he's gonna stick with comedy though.
He's so good
I
at
think
it.
he likes
His
it.
brain is wired well for it.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
Like, yo, he's gonna go really far.
Yeah,
like,
He's,
anytime I
by
see
the way,
his
he's
content,
one of
he goes,
us.
Yeah.
Like he's a bodega. He's a
Yeah.
bodega affiliate by
Yeah,
far.
Yeah, I know he was in that group with the menu. Or
That was
something.
us.
Menu?
Yeah, that was my group.
That's
but,
for my time, but I heard stories.
Yeah, but he's one of us, man. Like he's part of the team, man. Like he's like
Good dude,
he's a
man.
big part of the
Yeah,
team.
Black my bro, man. I used to live with Black for a spell, so
Word.
yeah, we had an apartment together
Yeah.
for a
That's
little
dope,
bit.
man.
Yeah, man, and he's helping out on some production, on some post stuff on our podcast.
Yeah.
He's helping out with a few things. And shout out to Billy Sin and VK Studios, along with Birthday Lasagna, man. They help those 2 teams is working with our podcast.
I like how it rolls into the next thing. I was just about to get on our fucking podcast.
Oh
So
yes,
how's
I
that
like
going?
the way you said it. You said how it's supposed
And
to
that's
be
the
said,
name,
but the
our
way we
podcast.
can't say it.
Yeah.
You know,
Why you can't say it?
because it's going. It's like it's doing stuff that our manager was like, yeah, you can't use the F word.
Yeah,
And this
but I
manager is
can.
the one we like.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is another man. This is one we cool with.
Yeah,
This is another
she's
man.
good.
But for the Nickelodeon crowd, it's our fun podcast.
I got you.
You know, like, we just bleeped out the U.
But for this crowd, it's our fucking podcast.
Mhm.
That's gonna be the title of our episode. Actually.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm with that.
Cross-pollination.
Bodega Brovas on our fucking podcast.
On planet Earth, weird as fuck.
Yeah,
All
DB,
vibes, man.
DB threw that out there. Shout out to DB. He behind the camera right now.
Already.
Yeah. He's doing the little, you see the scroll bar and all the.
Bar, man.
Yeah.
So I do notice one of your hosts ain't here.
He has COVID.
Oh man.
Yes, and this is like the third time he got it, and he was really banged up the first time.
As we all were.
No, like he had to
Scary.
be hospitalized.
Scary.
Oh.
Yes. So.
Oh man.
Wishing for a speedy recovery.
Yeah,
man.
you know.
Take more vitamin D, man.
I hate he had to miss this one because I wanted him to be around this energy.
Yeah.
He's a fucking clown. If y'all never,
No, I love the way y'all interact with each
Yeah,
other,
man.
man.
He's
on the pod.
We watch your podcast and Barry, shout out Barry, man.
Yes, sir. That's my dog, man. We went to high school together.
Nice.
So maybe y'all can bring us on y'all podcast.
Hell
You already know that's happening.
Next time we come, I come back to town because I don't want to do the virtual thing. I
know.
the
Yeah,
energy
I know.
of this. This is like probably a better podcast than any of the episodes we've done because like we're all here. You know what I'm saying?
straight
So
up.
like there's just something about the energy.
It's
of being
just different.
Right energy field is just
Yeah,
different.
it's just
It rock
different.
different, man.
Yeah.
So like hell yeah, nah, that's done and done.
Already.
That's done and done.
Say
Like
less.
shoot, man, fuck around, do a podcast tour on them boys, man. Like do a live broadcast. You know what I'm saying?
I want to get my views and subs up beforehand.
Nah,
but-
let's go out there, crash and burn. Let's do it, man.
Just do it, bro. Just do
go
it.
for it,
Just do
man.
We can go do it at Discount Tire.
Nah,
Yeah, you feel me? I
Have
mean,
class
you got
act.
the facility,
No,
baby.
like,
Why
yeah,
not?
let's
Why not?
Do it
Shit.
do it where the Cowboys
They-
play. Like,
Yeah.
No,
Right in the middle of
We're,
You're not a Cowboys fan either?
Are you kidding
No,
me?
no.
Wait. Hold on.
Did
Don't
you
ever
see-
say that out loud.
did you come through the door? Did you see the mat?
Nah, I was looking ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
You should
down.
look
Because I heard a
down
dog
sometime.
barking. I was looking for the dog.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking straight.
Nah,
He's just as big of a fan as me, if not more.
I nearly went to Green Bay with this cat.
Oh yeah,
word.
he should. Yeah,
Yeah, I was about to go with him in Darkness, but
Yeah, they
I couldn't make it, so
just went.
Yeah,
It'd be like that.
that's crazy.
Who won?
See, go to hell.
Shut up.
Who
That's-
won?
I mean,
Not us.
You didn't hear my response?
Yo, listen, you know when I watch football?
When?
Super Bowl. And you know what I watch it for?
Why?
Commercials.
Commercials.
Yeah, like
That's my man right
You
there.
don't
It's
like
we
football?
go, no, we
You know,
go-
that's what my wife does.
We used to get free like Cowboys tickets, right? So we used to go to Cowboys games.
Bro,
Two times me and him went, and we went with other people. Me and him, and I wasn't trying being funny. They were mad at us because people stand up and cheering. We both like,
Oh my God, y'all went to sleep at
when-
the fucking game.
and when
bro?
we were up, we were like the two old dudes on the Muppets.
like we were just like, yo, like why
I
they,
love them
like,
cats.
why they falling down and shit? Like, get the ball, like,
Stop playing grab ass down there. Get the ball.
Like, what you doing, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why you dressed like that? It's like, so,
Oh my God.
and so they weren't happy. The people who went with us the 2 times were not happy. Like, for real, like, one of our homeboys was like mad, like, for real mad, like, got tickets and stuff.
Yeah,
I
as
was
he
like,
should.
I'm like, you don't have no stock in the company. Chill out. We out here.
But if you don't, you should come on, man. You got to give those tickets to people that enjoy the sport,
No,
right?
I wanted to. 'Cause I liked football when I was a kid, but so I just lost, like, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? But when I was a kid, I thought maybe, you know, I'll go with my homies. I'll rekindle the passion.
Hey, they didn't.
And for me, I was around too many fanatical Cowboy fans growing up to where like it was almost like if you get caught smoking cigarettes, somebody give you a pack. You know, like that's how it was. Like yo, and like my stepdad was like a huge Cowboy fan, and like him and my mom would always go over their friend's house where they had no fucking kids,
Oh.
you know, no Nintendo,
And you just come with
I'm just in there
Ah.
suffering. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
like
yeah,
yo,
and, like stuff would get canceled because of the Cowboy game, and I've been wanting. To
Damn
do,
right.
I've been wanting to do stuff. Like
As
I
it
needed,
should.
I needed to do stuff, and I'm sitting there for 2 hours bored off my ass because my dad's watching the cow. I'm like, yo, man. Can we watch something like somebody fighting? This is like simulated combat. This is why we want to see some combat. Let's see somebody beating the crap out of each other.
This
Like,
really hurts my feelings.
I'm
though.
sorry.
Bro, I gotta live with this.
and I like rugby because they're not wearing pads and they beating the crap out. They throwing the ball like, oh, I don't here. It makes sense to me. Football just don't make sense to me. It just doesn't. It's like
I'll send you some.
like
some
if
stuff.
someone
No,
like
yeah, I've done Don't
what's
waste
crazy?
your time, bro.
My dad was like a football star where he's from, and still gets props for it. And he's like a huge. I'm just like, yo, I'm sorry, pops. I was like when you was doing football, I was dancing. So, I was a b-boy. My dad's like trying to get me to go to like.
He hates football because his father cared more about the Cowboys than him.
No, it wasn't.
It's kind of like why Stephen A. Smith hates the Cowboys. Keynote came home one day
and
his dad was like,
no, the Cowboys is cool. The Cowboys is cool. All the teams got familiar, and I had their posters growing up, their t-shirts, all that. But it's just like after a certain point, I'm just kind of like.
The last
I started knowing some pro football players. I'm like, they all kind of assholes. Why am I going to support?
The last podcast we did, let me tell you, they asked Keynote, who's your favorite Dallas Cowboy? He said, Roger Staubach.
Drew Pearson.
That's how
Tutal Jones.
But he wasn't even though. But he didn't even get like, he was like this big.
And I've met them and spent time with them, and they were really cool.
But he didn't get to watch him play. No, but he got.
I remember slightly, like I was like 2 and 3, but I remember like playing like I was Roger Staubach, going to football and doing all that. Yeah. So that's cool. But like now as a grown man, I'm just like, and this what's this dude that's on the football team on the Cowboys look like a Monchichi with the half shirt. I just can't rock with that.
Z? No, that's Z.
He's talking about
he said a Monchichi,
all him with an attitude, getting in trouble at the club. Like, come on, settle down, bro.
Yeah, grabbing.
That was old Zeke. I mean, that was young Zeke. Old Zeke is, you know. But you can't hate on the Cowboys, man. Not in this house.
Hell no. That's like hating on Drake in here.
No, I'm not hating.
Oh, well, I'll do that, but
I'm not hating. It's just my opinion.
You can't be subjective in what you're gonna hate, what you're not gonna hate.
I enjoy the sporty sports.
They just don't get how I can, invest so much time.
Yo, because like he won't answer his phone. Like, if I remember one time we had something like really cool to do. He's like, I can't do a Cowboy game on. I'm like, are you playing in it?
Yeah, I understand if you win it. Now, I understand if you're gambling on it. I'm all in. That makes it interesting.
I usually am.
Because I have something to lose. Other than that, like they losing doesn't affect my day because like you're making millions of dollars.
It affects my day.
But you're making millions of dollars.
It affects my day.
I know.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. But
I have no connection
sometimes.
to it.
Like I be having to hide the sharp shit from y'all. Like when the Cowboys lose, like it's just like I hate seeing y'all go through that. Whereas I show up at the Super Bowl and like I pick a team who's playing that day and I root for them and hope I see a fire ass commercial about a movie I'm gonna see in the summer.
Or I
said in the summer.
Because they drop
months away.
I figure out who's winning because of the mascot. Like, okay, you got like a Raider who's like a Raider guy playing like a
and he has one eye.
He has one eye, and that's how I choose who's gonna win. I wait, okay, over here you have a hawk fighting an Irishman or whatever. I was like, okay, that's how I choose.
The Hulk probably took that eye
out.
Oh my god.
So are you gonna ask a sports question?
Of course not. Not now.
But see, what do you got this weekend?
Out of.
These guys don't count.
Let's date this episode.
Please don't ruin this.
He's so good at dating episodes.
I know, right?
Please don't hurt my soul. You know who I got.
Travii be like, man, the Queen just died.
I'm not talking about NFL. I'm talking about college.
Oh, y'all got you talking about Michigan and
yes, damn right.
And TCU?
Yes, sir. Who you got? Who you going for? No Blake Corum.
I'm not going for anyone. I think Michigan is more talented, but TCU can put up points.
Go blue.
But who has the highest grade point average?
Probably Michigan.
And who's gonna have a job when they get done playing football?
Exactly. 90% of those guys. Look, I heard y'all went on another podcast in Dallas prior to this one.
Yesterday.
And that pisses me off.
Oh man, I reached out first to you.
We did. We really did.
You kind of did, and I couldn't, cause Barry got COVID on a cruise.
That's the best place to get. At least go get COVID. Get it someplace nice.
So when he got home, I was like, "Yo, we got to shoot this pod on Tuesday." And then he hit me early today, like, "Man, I can't make it. I have COVID."
Like my son, texted me when his plane landed, showed me his COVID positive test. Like,
damn,
yeah, COVID back outside. I don't know what to do. Like, think it's sweet out here if you want.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I heard. I pretty much live at Universal Studios. Like, I go there because it's in driving distance from where I live.
Okay.
If you driving 6 hours, and I heard so many people in the last couple of weeks with that cough.
Yeah,
yo,
that's COVID cough.
Yeah, man. Nobody cares because it's not killing people like it used to.
Yeah, you raw dog in that air.
It's like the new it's like the new HIV,
We'll make it.
It's not the Pedro HIV. It's the Magic Johnson HIV.
Right. Yeah, it's different. It's like you go to Haiti and go raw and not worry about it now.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Not as horrible. What happened at Model Gia?
Oh, now that's horrible.
Yeah,
that's AIDS. This new AIDS. Gia AIDS.
I think I saw a movie on that.
Yeah, it was Angelina Jolie's first joint, man.
I saw that movie.
Mad sores, man. Mad sores and scabs.
Yeah, that's a disgusting.
That's what you got to worry about. This new kind, they got a shot of clear right up. So my basic to all the youth is just bang away.
You can tussin the new COVID out.
Tussin, get you some tussin, walk it off.
Look, dog, I work for a living.
Sorry.
And you cats came in here at 10 o'clock.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Nah, it was a little before 10.
Yo, and I'm on vacation for 2 weeks, so I'm just like,
I know you chilling. No, I'm not saying leave, but I am finna.
Yeah, I understand. I got my kids over here literally asleep. Like, I brought my kids with me in my, laid out on the couch.
I'm talking about comfy as hell.
Yeah, your mom's probably gonna be like,
I went from having fun to feeling bad.
No. I go to work at 10:30. Like, I'm good.
Oh, that's what's up. Like, it's hard to oversleep and miss that.
Yes, I wake up like 7 every day, no matter what time I go to bed.
Is he lying?
No.
Okay.
But look, y'all got anything y'all want to get off? You got to plug your pod, where to find the music, all this good stuff.
Gun loaded. Pow. So, you can check out the Bodega Brothers RFN podcast. Watch it on YouTube. It's a better experience, so you can see like our faces and the stupid expressions that we would be making.
And little effects and little cute things.
Yeah. Yes. Like, I feel like you lose some things to translation when you just listen to the audio version, but if that's how you trapping, so be it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well as Spotify page, iTunes, all that good stuff. My man Travii got, monkey shit out right now. Keynote got type joints coming soon. Sweep the Lake Johnny is the first single. I got my next single dropping in the next. I'm hitting people with a 2-for-1. So I got something dropping at the top of the year, and I got a record dropping with Zaytoven, which is gonna be the second.
Shit.
Yeah, it's the second single of my project Microdose, which is like super dope. It's about just the yin and yang balance of life, stuff like that. Things I've discovered doing ayahuasca retreats and stuff like that. So it's gonna be like first in a long wave of self-help music.
Things the shrooms brought.
Already, man. But look, I have one thing. Like, me and my wife have this hall pass list.
Okay.
So you know a person that's on my hall pass list, Portia Williams.
Yes.
Just like kind of show her my IG, show her how live I am.
Okay.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you a real one.
Yeah, exactly. Build me up, you know what I'm saying? I know we ain't got but like 300 subs right now.
Because her husband ain't from here. I'm sure it's not gonna be that hard to get him deported,
Exactly. That was my whole mindset, and she don't listen.
Why is all this cocaine here? Whoa, you have paperwork, sir?
Exactly. And then I just come in the back door.
A little anonymous tip.
But yo, man.
Nah, shout out to Simon. Simon's a solid dude.
Yeah, I'm joking a little bit.
He's not joking.
I'm not joking one bit. But y'all, appreciate y'all boys for coming out. It's good to see y'all. Yes, sir. I got a photo up after this.
Dude, you need to be doing radio. Like, you are good at this interviewing and making people feel comfortable thing. Like, for real. And this ain't gas either. Like, for real.
Don't say that, because now I won't be able to go to bed till about 2, because she's going to be like...
Let your dreams keep you up at night.
Yeah, they
I hate that. You're giving a lot of quotables, dog.
They're supposed to, man.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, man. Like, it's a crazy world out there, and there's just so much you can do within it, and there's so much things that you can bring to you. Have you ever, gone on an ayahuasca retreat?
No.
Yo, man, it'll change your fucking life.
Yeah.
I've
gone on 4 ayahuasca retreats. I've participated in 11 ayahuasca ceremonies. Like, I've seen hell, know what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many things that we are capable of doing internally.
Go hang out with a bunch of hippies and take some hallucinations.
They're not hippies. They're people who are all battling things and they're figuring it out in real time. I think it's an amazing thing. Can't knock it till you try it.
Already.
Word up.
And DB, on that note, we out, dog. EWAF.
EWAF.
The nerve of Bodega to make me come up with a word. One word to describe in a verse is absurd. But I begin to thumb through my mental Rolodex. So yes, some are going with Fintu. The variation derived actually from guys getting tired of saying about to. For clarification, I'm your guy, I got you. Spit it out, fool. Wow, man, I'm about to. I mean, I'm fin to.